guys, it's Hollie here for PlayStation Access. Now this is a pretty big one for us because we've never been able to get a Call of Duty interview in the past, but I have, and I've even found the best person possible. I'm with Mark, who's the studio head of Treyarch, which is incredible.
Thank you.
Let's kick this off by talking about PlayStation because it's time to welcome Call of Duty to PlayStation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to welcome the PlayStation Nation in the UK.
Yeah, we've had a lot of PlayStation fans been very dedicated to the whole Call of Duty franchise.
Absolutely.
But what does this partnership mean for PlayStation fans?
You know, I think it means that PlayStation fans can expect, like they've always been able to expect, just awesome gameplay. I mean, the thing about it is you're going to get to see your console being played with our game all the time. That's what it means. From, you know, you're not going to have to wait and see that. Better yet, you guys are going to get to be the first to play our beta.
Yeah.
And that means that's the most, because look, I can sit here and I can talk to you and I can talk about it and I can show it. But there's nothing like getting your hands on it, right?
Yes, exactly.
And so the fact, you know, PlayStation 4 owners being able to get their hands on the beta, because you got to feel this game. It feels so good, and we just want to make sure people can get it. We can get their feedback and input and grab all the statistics and make sure it's as rocking as possible on launch.
Now, esports. Call of Duty has always done very, very well in the competitive scene, but has yet to really find its home being played upon a PlayStation console. Do we think we'll see PlayStation 4 consoles bleeding into the esports now with Call of Duty?
So, the first time we were really active on the circuit was with Black Ops 1, and when we did that, it was on the PlayStation. Yeah. So we haven't started talking about what we're going to do exactly with esports on this one, but we'll talk about it a little bit later in the year.
Maybe. So you guys get practicing because you're going to need to. Right, 4-player co-op. Co-op is back. But this is local and online, right? So you can get your friends round as well as just play online?
Absolutely. I mean, 2-player split screen. You can play it online, you know, if you have 2 other friends or you just play online with other people. Up to 4 players online total.
Yep.
It's so important. You know, we know with our zombies and the multiplayer, it's such a social experience. The game is so much fun to play with people. We wanted to bring that spirit to the campaign. You know, the design of the campaign is just epic. There's a lot of space and there's a lot of customization for people so that they can go in and replay these things. Because if you and I play, and let's say I've been playing it for a while, like I might have, and I've upgraded my character, but we want to play together and you're just starting, I can go back and play earlier levels with totally new abilities that I've upgraded and never even had the ability to, and the game has things in there for me to explore, and I'll have a totally different experience than I had when I originally played it.
How does that affect the story, right? Because this is really, when we saw the campaign, it was really big open spaces. It was not a corridor on rails, you know, story-based shooter, because the Call of Duty single players never get enough credit for how incredibly powerful their stories are. Is that going to affect Black Ops 3? Is the open world or the more open space is going to somehow take away from the story?
No, I don't think so. We always make sure there's enough room in our designs to be able to tell our story, tell our narrative, immerse people in our fiction. Because with the power of PlayStation 4 and Next Gen, we're going to be able to tell our story in the game. We're not going to have to break out to cinematics. The power of the render, the characters, the animations look so good. And the thing about it is it'll be your character that you'll see, how you've upgraded your character, the cosmetics in the game, right there. And you know, there's tons of open gameplay spaces, but we do pacing, right? We're not always cranked at 11, right? But no one could do 11 like we can do it when we do it. So there's great play spaces, there's great places to do storytelling, and we'll slow down the pace of the game so that people can enjoy that and get into the fiction, immerse themselves, and then then it all kicks off and all hell breaks loose.
Let's talk about that customization then, because you said this is deeper than it's ever been before. This isn't just online customization for the multiplayer, right? This is bleeding through into a story.
Yeah.
How far can people take this? Is this the way you look? Is this like going into an RPG, or is this really, we're just talking loadouts, we're talking armor?
Look, so you will be able to, there will be some visuals about how you look and also your loadouts, definitely. But it's also, most importantly for me, it's gameplay choice. Giving players the choice to play the game how they want. So when you play this game, you'll start out and you'll earn the ability to upgrade certain parts of how you want to be able to play the game. So you'll play the game the way you want it, and it may be different than the way that your friends play it, and that's totally cool, because together it'll all work. An entirely new AI system, 3-year cycle, got rid of the old AI system, a new AI system that can handle just a mind-numbing number of possibilities that you could see on the battlefield. And there's just a lot of toys on the battlefield that people are going to want to play with that they won't be able to experience even through one entire playthrough. You'll have to have had multiple playthroughs or played through levels multiple times in order just to have that stuff and play with all the things that we have available and that we've designed to keep it fun and engaging.
Is a lot of that going to bleed through into multiplayer then, or is that going to be a completely separate kind of thing? Because obviously with the cyber abilities, it seems like you can change the loadout on that to suit your playstyle. Will that be the same character you take through to multiplayer, or are you going to go separately?
So multiplayer is its own game.
Okay.
We like to think of it that way. They definitely share a lot, and they share the fiction, right? I think the three biggest areas where people will be customizing for sure is, the Gunsmith. I mean, you're going to make your own weapon, and it's not just a cosmetic variant. Now, all the attachments that you put, they're all realized on the weapon. They have cosmetic variations, and then, of course, you can paint part of your weapon, which means that you will have a unique weapon in the world if you just choose to do that compared to any other player. It's your design. It's what you get to show off. And play with. It's your weapon, and you can load that up and create a class, right? And then there's create a class where we have always allowed players to be able to choose all the configurations before they go in and play. That's the depth of that game and the strategy of doing that. But then there's also specialists. Now, there's going to be 9 of them. We have 6 on display here at E3, and hopefully the fans have gotten a chance to see some of them in the trailer or some of the gameplay that's streaming from here. And those will be upgradable. You'll be able to upgrade those characters, rank those characters up, and as you do, they will have some cosmetic variations and variants altogether. So it's we really wanted to give players a lot more choice, a lot more customization, not just for visuals, but for meaningful gameplay.
Okay, cyber skills. Tell me some of your favorites then, because there were some incredible ones in some of the campaign we just saw.
Well, I really like the Firefly Swarm.
That was I was like, where'd that come? And then you're like, okay.
So at earlier levels, it's just a distraction for characters, and then once they get distracted by they're basically nanobots that come off of you, right? As you upgrade, those things will start to catch fire. You might have seen some of those in this. So they have even those abilities themselves have some depth to them. I personally love hacking. In 2065, we're DNI. We have direct neural interface. That means a brain implant and it's a connected battlefield, a network connected battlefield. And if I've upgraded myself, that means that I can then have the ability to be able to take over most of the robots and drones on the battlefield. So it's like literally just it's just a playground, right? And the thing about it is, if you've been playing early in the game and there's robots and drones and you didn't have that ability, but you got it later, you could go back and play those levels and be able to play it totally differently. Now, is that contextualize it for you?
Yeah, now that's when you realize like the replayability, the going back, taking friends through it, and then actually going off in your classes and having different things. It's realized with that. Yeah. Okay, finally, tools, all right? The saw ball, it's probably got a real name.
It's called the Wrap.
The Wrap.
The Wrap.
You guys look like you've had some fun with these.
Yeah, believe it or not, every single thing we research has some seed of either R&D or we take a few steps out. This is a game and we want to create a fun gameplay experience. But there's actually, if you go do some research out there, you'll see a rolling ball out there. Yeah, and it doesn't do quite what ours does yet, but I'm sure someone will want to weaponize that thing. Anyways, there's just, we have to come up with all kinds of fun gameplay for the players to play with. Both, and that's, of course, an enemy threat on the battlefield. It's something in the multiplayer that you can call as one of your score streaks. So you could earn that and then lay waste to the other players.
Can you control it, or does it just go off in the direction that it's fired?
So in multiplayer, it's going to go off, but it's a robot, it's a drone. Which means, guess what? If you have hackers, you can take over it and you start rolling through the battlefield and you can just start chewing up enemies with it. That's amazing. So you get it's great. It's a lot of fun.
That is that's incredible. Thank you so much. Very finally, we know there's a beta coming up. We don't know when. Any idea of what fans will be able to play when they get their hands on it?
Well, actually, the beta, we've announced that it will come out sometime in the month of August.
Okay,
now,
August.
August is a long month, folks, so please bear with us. But we really wanted to get it out in plenty of time before the game launches on November 6th so that players have a chance to play it. We have a chance to be able to react and respond before we finally let go of our baby.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That's really, really exciting, actually. Guys, please stay tuned to the YouTube channel. I'm sure there's going to be more from Call of Duty and loads more from E3.